Greetings, Earthlings, wisdom keepers, wisdom seekers. Welcome back to WizdomDropz, your source for daily drops of wisdom and savvy cat astrology. Meow. My name is Tonia, and today we are discussing this crazy ass story that is a real story that happened to somebody very close to me yesterday. When was that, you say? February 11th, aka when the Aquarius new moon with a Jupiter-Venus conjunction, mind you, went down. Now, this story is so nuts because it shows so many different aspects going on. We're going to walk through the chart as I tell you the story, and you're going to see different celestial events that make it more likely for this sort of random ass event to have happened in the way it did. Okay, before I jump into all the juicy details, make sure you're subscribed. If you're not already, I do put out a video every single day of the week. Hit that bell notification down so that you get that notification download when I upload. And be sure to like this vid by the end of it because it helps other people get this information that I'm about to go through with y'all for free. How dope is that? So dope. Hit the like button. Thank you. Okay, and you can also leave me a comment. And if you are looking for a reading, I do book sessions with people. I've had a couple questions lately about that. In every video, you can find my email address, and all you need to do is email me a line, and I'll be like, hey, and now we're doing a reading. Okay, beautiful. Moving forward, let us share on our screen. And this crazy ass story, y'all are not even gonna fucking believe this shit, but it's real. So this is what happened yesterday. Somebody who I know and am close to, this went on. This person at their work, okay, at their place of employment, a woman went literally and died. And she died on the fucking floor of this place that this person works at that I'm close to. And this person I'm close to was aware that this person in question, the woman who was like dead on the floor, was dead. They weren't breathing. Their chi was like out of their body. Their face was very gray. Their energy was like gone. It's like, yo, they died in the fucking place that this person works. And so my friend, let's just call them my friend, okay, literally saved this woman's fucking life, pardon my French, by giving her chest compressions, okay? And they didn't like do the mouth to mouth thing because they didn't know, like, they don't want to put their mouth on some stranger's mouth, you know what I mean? Like, they were going to do the hand thing, like through the hand if they needed to, like onto their mouth. But anyway, point being, they didn't need to. And the person like came back after they did a few like really hard like chest compressions, and other people around were saying, oh, they're having a seizure, you need to put them on their side. But it wasn't a seizure. Come to find out, and then I'm going to show you the astrology. I know I'm just telling you this crazy ass story first, but come to find out, this young woman was like on some type of drugs. She was on some other stuff. We don't know what the situation was, but she was not doing like just sober life. She was messed up on something and almost died. You feel like she did die. Like her energy was gone. Like there was no pulse to be clear. There was no breath to be clear. Her energy was gone. You understand? And now my friend brought her back to life with chest compressions. What the hell is going on in the heavens where something like that is going on February 11th, this chart that you see in front of you is when this shit went down. Now, why? Why did this go down? Look at this. Look at this. First off, what happened? This was a woman. Venus, anybody? Hello? Venus, okay, conjunct Jupiter. Jupiter, the savior. Jupiter, the benevolent energy of grace. Literally, the benevolent energy of grace. How brilliant is this? Honestly, so women were gifted, in other words, and it's said, interestingly enough, in ancient astrology, okay, that Venus, when Venus is conjunct Jupiter, Venus is elevated by Jupiter's presence. Now, yeah, Jupiter pretty much helps, quote unquote, every planet that is conjunct. But if a Jupiter is conjunct to Saturn, as we saw recently, this is a different energy than Venus conjunct a Jupiter, or Jupiter conjunct a Venus, okay? All that to say, what is Venus? It's again, woman, femininity. This was a woman who literally died and then came back to life by the grace of God, or the grace of my friend, accurately. Okay, that's crazy. But why did she die in the first place? Because you look at this and you're like, but Tonia, Venus, Jupiter, that's the romantic day of the year. That's when you're supposed to go pig out on chocolate and wine and shit. Yes, friend, accurate. However, What else is at this party? Not only at this party, but actually in planetary conversation with Venus and Jupiter? Mars squaring Venus and Jupiter. Uranus squaring Venus and Jupiter. Do you see the big fat red lines? Do you see them? The big fat red lines here is telling you, hey, there's conflict, there's tension, because these are planetary conversations. That's all squares, trines, sextiles, oppositions. That's all they are. It's planetary conversations. So it's how these energies are communicating with each other, you see? And so when you see this like beautiful, benevolent, like, oh my God, it's the most romantic day of the year energy, it's like, yeah, it's the most romantic day of the year. Fucking awesome. It's great. It's creative. But it's also like square Uranus. Hello. And it's also square Mars. Now, if you know anything about astrology, or if you've watched our WizdomDropz community for a while, you will know that Uranus is the planet of surprise and Mars is the planet of action and conflict. It's the original planet of war, y'all. Mars is the OG war planet, literally. So the planet of war was square the planet of women? Huh. Interesting. The planet of like knives and like being cut, like as in cut off from something even. Or accidents. Mars rules accidents, okay? It's like the aggression energy of the universe is Mars, for better or worse, you understand? Like Jedi and Sith vibration, but like, you know, Mars is squaring the planet, all that is squaring the planet that represents women. So that's obviously going to bring tension. Now it's a square, so it is an external conflict that is manifesting externally in this third dimension, okay? Now, at the same time that's happening, Venus is also square Uranus, because this is a 12-degree Venus-Jupiter conjunction, and this is 18 degrees. That's 4 degrees of separation. 18 minus 12 is 4, okay? That's like called an orb, right? Like a range of difference. And 7 is like 5 degrees off from this. So this is a tight square aspect that we are experiencing, okay? And Uranus is the planet of surprise and strokes and seizures. I've seen multiple people I know and people I know who know people happen. They have strokes, they have heart attacks, they have, I mean, this has happened time and time again. I've seen Uranus involved in those sorts of scenarios. And yet again, today on this moon, as we see this very real example, Venus, the planet of women and young women. Important fact, important, relevant fact. Venus rules women before the age of 30. This was a young woman in her 20s. There you go. If that ain't astrology, what is? Now, with that said, Venus has that symbolism, okay, of femininity with square Uranus, the planet of strokes, seizures, in the worst vibrations, okay? In the highest vibrations, Uranus is genius. In the highest vibrations, Uranus is innovation and quirk, okay? Divine enlightenment. You ever hear the enlightenment? It's also lightning. You understand how they can take different levels of incarnating or manifesting. So this incarnated is this like seizure-like experience from a drug overdose. Uranus, okay, square Venus that this young woman experienced. What the fuck? But then it all came out good because Venus is conjunct Jupiter. Oh my God, hilarious. Because Jupiter is like the saving grace energy and like the big, like benevolent, like literally, if you win the lottery, that's Jupiter. If you have an angel who's watching over you, that's Jupiter. If you have gifts under the Christmas tree, that's Jupiter. You understand? Jupiter is all the good things of the world, literally. And Jupiter, the great benevolent, the great benefic, was conjunct Venus at the time that this woman died and literally came back to life because my friend brought her back to life. Wow. Astrology is real. That is insane. We could even get into Saturn being square, you know, Uranus, because that is, although that is an ongoing aspect, that is not, you know, relevant for the next, like, I don't know, 2 years or anything, even though we will see a continued square between Uranus and Saturn, okay? It's relevant now because it's within a 1-degree orb. And that is insane. So that is, again, reinforcing this need for systems to innovate, or in this case, the body Saturn is the physical embodiment or the third dimension, as is Venus by different forms of astrological interpretation, is square Uranus. In either case, we have physical body stand-in representatives, Venus and Saturn, square the planet of surprise and sudden severance and electric volts. And this person had this seizure-like activity. Again, at the party though, sending this influence was the Venus-Jupiter conjunction, their saving grace. It was like my friend was a feminine, like, saving grace. Honest to goddess, astrology, y'all, it's real. Like this video because astrology is real. Put a comment down below. Let me know what this new moon is going on for you. What's going on for you under this new moon is what I mean to say by that. And with that said, through next time, until next time, may the stars be with you. Peace.